let's talk about filler words. Now, we all do it, and it's something that we can all improve on. These can be things like like, and, so, just. It doesn't matter. There's a huge variety, and every person is unique in what they say. You're gonna find a bunch of people say, you should try to eliminate all filler words because they distract your audience and it's terrible public speaking and blah, 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 blah. I think that's a little bit dramatic. Filler words are part of life. They're something that we all do. They get us through the day. They certainly get us through awkward presentations where maybe you're not fully prepared, but you really did try hard. Most people are not going to go on to speak in front of Congress or thousands of people. If that's you, then yeah, maybe you do need to perfect it and get those words out as much as possible. But 99% of us will never be in that case, and it will never be absolutely necessary to eliminate all filler words. But we should aim to reduce as much as possible the words that distract the audience from what we're trying to say. We're here, especially as designers, to present what we worked on, present what our team did, get the point across to a client, make the client confident in our abilities, maybe make the community confident in what we're doing or what the plan is. That's the point. If they're ever gonna spend money on the product that we're presenting, or if they're ever going to take the building we designed to their board and vote on it and spend millions of dollars, we need to bring them on this journey. That's the important part. And filler words, well, sometimes they get in the way of that. So we don't have to eliminate them, but we definitely have to reduce them and make sure they don't get in the way of bringing people on that journey. So how in the world do we even do that, right? Look, even listen to me, right. That's a filler word that I need to get over. How do we get over that? I've broken it down into 3 steps. Record, identify, and reduce. Number 1 is record. Now in the last activity, we recorded a 90-second presentation of something that you knew pretty well. Good, hope you did that. If you didn't, go back and do it. The next step is to identify. Listen to that presentation you gave. Write down every single filler word or filler moment that you had. Did you say like 10 times in the first couple seconds? Did you say a lot? Did you finish points with I guess? Things like that. Identify what you did so that we can at least know where you are. A lot of people give the advice to take these filler words, write them down, and put them next to your desk and shame yourself into never saying them again. I'm not really convinced on that. I think there's a lot more constructive ways that we can work on it. But writing it down and having it in your hands and looking at it, at least while you're practicing, I think that's important. The next step is to reduce. Now, obviously, that's the most complicated part of all of this. The next part may seem a little funny. Just take a few minutes, close your eyes, and imagine yourself giving a presentation without using ums and other filler words. Now, when you do that, you're mentally practicing. The point is that you're visualizing what is a successful presentation for you. And the point of doing this is that when it actually comes time to deliver it, you are mentally prepared and you have this mental model of what a good presentation looks like, all without having to shame yourself. The next step is the cold, hard truth that you have to practice. The best way you can practice is by splitting the task into smaller parts. Let's say you have to give a presentation for 15 minutes. You don't have to practice all 15 minutes. Practice it in 5-minute chunks. All you have to do is get in the rhythm of delivering what a good presentation looks like, and the rest will come. As you practice, identify a few key things that you want to achieve each time you practice. Maybe one time it's just getting rid of likes and ands. Maybe the next time it's breathing properly. Maybe the next time it's trying to wrap it up in a better way. Each time you practice, focus just on one thing. That way you can put all your mental energy into that one aspect and improve upon it before you move on. What I suggest is deliver that 90-second presentation you did in the last activity 2 or 3 more times. That way you can take what you've analyzed and identified and try to resolve it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to focus on trying to slow down, trying to breathe properly, and make it through the presentation without holding my breath. This is The Wonders of Daily Drawing by Julia Zass. She's a great artist from Moscow, Russia, and she's really brought her... That was terrible. I'm going to restart. I'm intentionally showing this. If you start off something and it goes straight off the cliff, so what? This is practice. That's the point. So that if you mess up, you're messing up now versus when you have 10 clients around a desk, all expecting something great from you. Let's try again. So this is The Wonders of Daily Drawing by an amazing artist, Julia Zass. She comes from Moscow in Russia, and this book covers her journey of how she created a drawing journal that she's been drawing in for over 3 years. It has a beautiful start or genesis story. She was in a museum, she saw something that she wanted to remember, and versus just writing about it in her journal, she wanted to capture it in a visual way. So she went home and she drew just a little bit of a sketch in her notebook, and an idea dawned on her. Why don't I do this every single day so I can remember what I did? And she's been doing that for 3 years. And her notebooks are filled with amazing drawings. And she's put some of those drawings in this book, but she's also filled it with instruction on how you can discover the joys of creating this daily drawing journal for yourself as a memory, as a way to celebrate the life that you've lived. And this book brings a lot of joy. I hope it brings joy to you, and it's available now for sale. Let's analyze that one. I think that was a little bit rough. I think the ending for me was where it struggled. I failed to wrap it together to come into a concise point in the last 30 to 15 seconds. I did not take everything that I had done and synthesize it at the end. So when I do this activity again, I'm going to try to focus on slowing down, pausing, taking that lesson from before. But now I'm going to focus on, okay, how can I take the information and synthesize it into something that at the end is really beautiful, gets the point across, and sticks in your mind. Hi, I'm Josh, and this is The Wonders of Daily Drawing by Julia Zass. Julia Zass is a great artist from Moscow, Russia, and this is her new book that's being released in just a few weeks. She wrote this book after creating a drawing journal covering 3 years. All of it started in a museum where she saw something beautiful and she wanted to remember it, so she wrote it down in her notebook. But then she wanted to capture a little bit more, so she drew it instead. And this sparked an idea. Why don't I journal through drawings every single day? Well, that's exactly what she did for 3 years. And this book covers her entire journey. It talks about what she did, talks about her methods, her mediums. It has hundreds, literally hundreds of beautiful drawings in it. But then it takes things to the next level. It asks the reader, well, what can you do? Do you want to create this journal too? Do you want to create something that you will remember forever because it's filled with the memories that you've gained every single day? And it teaches the reader how to do that. It brings it into understandable steps. And really, it's a creative journey for people of all ages who want to add a little bit more life into their drawings, and in turn, add a little bit more art into their daily life. That wasn't too bad. I talked about her, I talked about her journey, I talked about what's in the book, I tried to show what's in the book, and I wrapped it together with why you might be interested in buying the book. I hope this activity has been helpful. because eliminating habits that distract the viewer from what you're trying to say is one of the most basic things, but one of the things that's going to impact this whole journey. So don't forget to practice. Don't forget to try it over and over again. Don't be afraid to mess up. And I hope you enjoy the process and seeing the progress that you're going to make.